I'm writing this in case I don't make it out alive. Lately, it feels like the clock's ticking down, and I'm just waiting for the inevitable. I don't know who's doing this to me or why. I wish I could point a finger so the cops, or whoever finds me, can get to the bastard behind all of this. But I can't. I don't have anything. Just this nothingness. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start from the beginning. No one gets real mail anymore, not the kind you actually hold in your hands. Everything's done through email or text, DMS, stuff like that. So when I got the first envelope, it stood out. I didn't know why at first. It was stark white, almost unnervingly smooth, with no postage, no return address, just my name, written in this neat, unsettling script, dead center of the plain envelope. The paper felt cold and almost waxy beneath my fingertips, like it had been freshly printed or handled with gloves. The ink was still slightly raised, glossy in the dim light of my apartment. It wasn't the kind of envelope you get bills in, more like the ones you get birthday cards in, though it wasn't my birthday. The handwriting didn't look like anyone I knew. It felt deliberate. I shouldn't have opened it. But I did. Inside, 2 Polaroid pictures tumbled out, landing softly on the hardwood floor with a faint thud. They almost seemed eager to be seen. The first photo looked like something straight out of a nightmare. A cold, gray room, concrete walls, floor, ceiling. The dull, oppressive gray absorbed every sound, making the silence feel deafening. I could almost hear the echo of dripping water, slow and rhythmic, somewhere far off. A hooded lamp hung over a person slumped in a metal chair. The figure was naked, bound tightly by rough rope that looked like it had cut into their skin. Their head drooped forward as if they had no strength left to hold it up. I stared at it for a long moment, my gut twisting. The shadows pooled thick and black in the corners, swallowing the edges of the photo. The faint smell of damp concrete and mildew seemed to seep through the image, making my stomach churn. The face was hidden, but I knew it was someone I couldn't bear to think about. Then I flipped the second photo over. It was me. I couldn't breathe. I just stared, my face bloody, bruised, slack like I was drugged or half asleep. A gloved hand was pulling my hair, tilting my head back to expose my face more clearly. My eyes were glassy, my lips slightly parted. The metallic scent of blood seemed to seep from the photo itself, sharp and coppery in the air. I could almost feel the sting of the bruises, the rough tug of the gloved fingers. I didn't know whether to scream or run. My mind couldn't process the sheer wrongness of it. Was it a prank? Photoshop? But a Polaroid? How do you fake a Polaroid? I tossed them in the trash and tried to forget. I thought I was overreacting, maybe just tired, stressed. But deep down, I couldn't let it go. A week later, another envelope arrived. Same plain white paper, same perfect unsettling handwriting. This time, I had a choice. I could toss it, walk away, pretend I didn't see it. But something in me compelled me to open it, like I had no control over my own actions. It felt wrong, but I couldn't stop myself. Inside were 2 more Polaroids. They were worse, so much worse. The same cold concrete room, but this time it was me in the chair. My face was swollen, unrecognizable, a sickening mixture of bruises, cuts, and blood. One eye was barely open, purple and angry. My lips were split and bleeding from some savage hit. I could almost feel the pain, like it was real and not just in the photo. The faint, acrid smell of blood and disinfectant seemed to cling to the picture, making my throat tighten. The second picture was worse. A black-gloved hand gripped rusty pliers, wedged deep inside my mouth, pulling out a bloodied tooth. My mouth was stretched wide in a silent scream I could almost hear. Tears streaked through the blood. The raw, coppery scent filled my nostrils, heavy and suffocating. I couldn't breathe. My chest tightened, cold sweat breaking out across my skin. The room felt suddenly colder, the air thick and stale, like I was trapped underwater. That night, I collapsed into a panic attack. My friends found me shaking, curled up on the floor, hyperventilating. I tried to show them the photos, desperate for someone else to see the truth. But when they looked, all they saw was blackness. No images, just darkness. They didn't believe me. Neither did the cops. I tried to explain, to show them the evidence, but it didn't matter. The files corrupted themselves. The photos? Gone. The video I took? Gone. Like they never existed. At that point, I thought I was losing my mind. I was sure of it. But it wasn't just my mind slipping, it was real. This was happening, and no one could see it but me. Weeks went by. The photos kept coming, and they kept getting worse. I couldn't even check the mailbox without feeling terror gnaw at my insides. Every time I opened it, there was another envelope. Every time the same. My face, bloodied and broken. I couldn't leave the house. If I did, who knew what would happen? Could they track me? Were they waiting for me to slip up, to show myself, so they could finish whatever they started? I tried everything. I installed a security system, cameras everywhere, extra locks. I thought maybe I could catch them, figure out who was behind this nightmare. Then, one night, around midnight, the motion sensor in the front yard went off. I watched the footage from the security cameras, my heart pounding in my throat. A tall, hooded figure stood just outside my door. They didn't move, not for hours. The only sound was the faint rustle of leaves in the cold night air and the distant hum of a street lamp. Then, just before 3 a.m., they turned toward the camera. I froze, breathless. Slowly, they reached into their pocket and pulled out 3 Polaroid photos. The first one, it was me again, duct-taped to the same chair, the figure standing behind me, holding a knife. The second photo, the same figure, knife in hand, but this time they held something else. An ear. My ear. The third photo, I couldn't look away. The bloodied knife hovered over my head, but it was different now. I saw it. My ear was gone. My other ear. They dropped the photos on my doorstep and walked away into the darkness. The cold night air felt like it was pressing against my skin, heavy and suffocating. I called the cops, desperate to get help. But when I showed them the footage, you guessed it, corrupted, erased, like it never existed. I can't take this anymore. It's been weeks since that video, and the figure still comes every night. Some nights, they don't bring photos. They just stare at the camera, like they can see me, see straight through it. The photos, they keep getting worse. I don't think there's much time left before they show the final one. The one where it's my last breath, my last scream. I'm scared. I'm so fucking scared. But I'm running out of time. I don't know how to stop this. I don't know how to fight it. It doesn't matter how many locks or weapons I have, they're going to get me. So if you're reading this, please don't forget me. I just want someone to know what happened. To know that I was real once. Because I don't think I'm going to be much longer.